thing's running. Actually, I knew it was running. It's my iPhone. I pushed the button. Well, the sun has come out after a few days of rain and overcast and chilly weather for Southern California. We finally had some sunshine and some blue skies, and more importantly, I'm able to leave the patio door open, and my puppy is able to lay outside in the sun, which means he's not inside finding things to chew on. I had a few conversations this week about sales, so I decided to write a little article for you and stick it up on the website. But let me just sort of talk to you about it for a minute. Most of the conversations this week were from people who said, I just can't sell, or I'm afraid. I don't know if I'm afraid of the rejection. I don't want people to say no, or I don't have the motivation. I don't know what it is. And I guess the first thing I would say to people who feel that way is selling is a learned skill. Nobody's born as a salesperson. There are many stories of people who failed at their first sales jobs, learned the skills, and then did very well for themselves in sales. But one of the reasons I think that we're afraid of sales, or that we're ineffective with our sales, is that we just don't know what to say. We're trying to shoot from the hip rather than having a solid sales presentation. First, to be effective, a salesperson has to have a pre-designed outcome in mind before they start their sales presentation. Now you may be saying that, well, you aren't a salesperson, and that you hate sales because you hate to be sold to. And to that I'd say two things. First, you've probably heard, nothing happens till somebody sells something. Well, it's also true that nothing happens till somebody buys something. And we don't really like to be sold to, but we do like to buy things. I'll give you an example. No one enjoys spending 3 hours at a car dealership, haggling over price, dealing with the finance guy in order to buy a new car. But almost everybody enjoys driving a new car. Surveys show that, at least most of them, that salespeople, especially car salespeople, rank about the lowest in esteem, or they're held in the lowest esteem. And I think that sort of some of our experiences give us that feeling. However, I think part of the problem was actually how we define sales. If we think of it as trying to force an unsuspecting prospect to buy something they neither want nor need, and doing so at an inflated price, then you're right. I'd have to agree. I'd hate that too. But if you look at it as a consultation, you have something to offer that can fulfill the wants, needs, desires of your prospect. It gives you a whole different approach. So prior to your sales presentation, you have to know what you're going to say, how you're going to say it, when you're going to say it, and I think most importantly, why you're going to say it. I'm not talking about some sort of a script that you memorize or that you read verbatim. I'm talking about knowing your product or service, how to present its features, and how those features can benefit your prospect. It's as I mentioned earlier, it's a consultative process that really needs to be a win-win for both parties. However, it's not really the prospect's responsibility to know how your product or service is going to serve their needs. It's your responsibility to determine and understand your potential customers' needs, and then show them how what you have to offer can solve those needs, if it does. So to summarize, sales is nothing more than a conversation. It's an interchange of ideas. You can learn to give a benefits-driven presentation that increases the likelihood that your potential customer is going to say yes. If you want more information, feel free to use the contact form, and I'll be happy to talk to you. In fact, I'm willing to do a free 30-minute introductory session, no charge, no obligation. And in that 30 minutes, and I'll be honest, sometimes they go for an hour, but there's no charge for them, there's really no obligation either. And at the end of it, we determine if we think we're a good fit for each other. And if not, I'll be the first to tell you that. You'll probably know it too. And also, if not, I can maybe recommend some other resources to you. So anyway, it costs nothing except the dime to talk. So send me an email, set up an appointment if you want, and I'll be happy to talk to you. All right? Have a good weekend. Bye.